The air hung heavy, thick with the stench of animals and desperation. I could barely hear myself think above the incessant bleating of sheep, the lowing of cattle, the clatter of coins. Merchants hawked their wares, their voices hoarse from shouting over the din. Everywhere I looked, people bartered and bargained, their faces a mixture of piety and cunning. This was the court of the Gentiles, the only area where non-Jews could offer their prayers, yet it had been transformed into a marketplace, a den of thieves rather than a house of prayer. The air, meant to be filled with the murmurs of devotion, vibrated with the cacophony of commerce. My heart grew heavy, the sanctity of my Father's house violated, its true purpose obscured. A knot of anger tightened in my stomach. These were not simply merchants but exploiters, preying on the piety of the people. They inflated prices, taking advantage of those who had traveled far to offer sacrifices. Their greed knew no bounds. Their hearts hardened to the plight of the poor and the sanctity of this sacred space. Each transaction, each clinking coin felt like a blow to my soul. The temple, meant to be a beacon of hope, a place of solace, had been defiled, its spiritual essence suffocated by the stench of greed. I could bear it no longer. The Father's house deserved reverence, not exploitation. With righteous anger surging through me, I overturned the tables of the money changers, the coins scattering across the stone floor. "Get these out of here!" I roared, my voice echoing through the courtyard. "Stop making my Father's house a marketplace!" Startled, the merchants scrambled to gather their spilled coins. Confusion gave way to fear as they realized the depth of my fury. They knew, in that moment, that their actions were an abomination. With a mixture of fear and resentment, they began to herd their animals and gather their belongings, their greed momentarily eclipsed by the power of my pronouncements. As the last of the merchants fled, a profound silence descended upon the courtyard. The air, no longer thick with the stench of animals and avarice, felt lighter, purer. The temple, cleansed of its defilement, stood as a testament to the power of righteous anger, a beacon of hope restored. This is not a place of commerce, but a house of prayer for all nations, I wanted to tell them. True worship lies not in elaborate sacrifices or monetary offerings, but in the purity of heart, in the humility of spirit. It is in the quiet contemplation of my Father's love, in the selfless act of helping others, that we truly honor Him. Let this be a lesson, I thought, as the echoes of my voice faded. Let this be a reminder that the sanctity of a sacred space lies not in its physical structure, but in the purity of devotion it inspires.